Do you ever find yourself in lesser ventured parts of the golf course? It's not a bad line there, you know, actually. Found it! Sorry, gents. I'll be out your way when I found this one. Told you it opens up round here, Danny. It's only 172. So, Danny, what would you say is the #1 desire our students want from golf lessons when they come and see us?
I would say consistency. So whether it's a beginner or a low handicap, I always want consistency.
Yeah.
They want to see that ball fly the same every time.
And so when you delve into that with them, what do you find emerges?
The biggest fault I find is that they're perhaps trying to do something that's very difficult. So they're aiming at the target.
Yeah.
So they're getting themselves aligned to the target. They're aiming at the target, but what they're finding is the ball's not actually finished on target. One might go to the right, one might go to the left, and then one might go at the target, but they've not really recognised what they've done. They'll come behind it, they'll tell me they've got a spot in front, they'll perhaps get maybe some sticks out. They're aligning the face to the target, the body to the target, and then they're firing.
Sure. So they're looking for that straight flying golf ball, aren't they?
Yeah.
Which, as we know, is pretty much the most difficult shot in golf because you've got to get your face and path absolutely bang on together for that golf ball to fly straight.
Yeah.
Correct?
Which happens now and again, but...
Now and again,
yeah.
And often unintentionally.
Yeah.
So once you've established that, what do you then do in order to help them be more consistent?
The first thing is almost dispel the myth that ball can... It does go straight now and again, but really every shot you play has some sort of curvature. So what I'll do is I'll let them hit some shots, watch the ball fly, and just recognise where the ball starts, where it finishes, where does it land, does it spin to the left or the right, and just see if they recognise the curvature, and then we'll explain why it's curving and then see if they can do both ways. Just understand that, really.
Sounds sensible enough to me, because often I think what you mentioned there, which was really important, is really watching how that ball is flying. Because as we know, people can be distracted by where they strike it on the face, so it might not feel great and they kind of take their eye off the ball a bit, especially in a practice session or a coaching session. And then you said you take them through how that ball is curving in the air. So that is, I presume, an explanation of face and path relationship.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people, even real good players, don't really understand the geometry, really, how that works. So if you're not understanding curvature, then you can't change it.
Or at least the understanding helps them work with that predominant shot shape that's coming out. So this is a very basic, quick explanation of face and path. We're going to use orange for the face and blue for the path. The face, wherever that's pointing at impact, launches the ball in that direction. And then your path, in relation to that face, puts the curvature on it. The smaller the gap, the smaller the curvature. Of course, the bigger the gap, the bigger the curvature. So when we talk about people wanting to play straight shots, they've got to achieve that every time. It's really difficult. We recommend not trying to do it. So for you guys and girls at home, perhaps in your next range session, when you go into practice, do what Danny suggests and really keep your eye on that ball all the way through the flight, even to when it's bounced, and see what way it spins, because that's going to tell you something. Hopefully there will be some level of consistency to your ball flight, whether it moves left to right or right to left. And I would encourage, for the time being, working with that predominant shot shape. If it's moving left to right, start the ball off left of target. Obviously right to left, start the ball off right of target. And you can dictate how that happens. You might move around the ball a little bit, you might play around with your face, however you need to do it to change the start line of your golf shot, do it. Explore, play around with it. You might just find that you find a way of aligning yourself and working with your ball flight to get it closer to your target more often.
And #1 rule again for me is if you aim at the target, you're going to miss the target pretty much.
So
which
this
is quite depressing if somebody says, hey, you aim at the flag, you're going to miss. That's disheartening for people. So once they recognise that, as you aim off target, you're more likely to hit the target. If you watch Sky Sports, see the Pro Tracer, you'll never see a ball fly. That green or red line, orange line is starting way off target. Some players more than others, but it will more than likely finish on target. So just watch the top boys and you'll see they're playing with curvature. We need to copy that at some point.
And the top girls as well, Danny.
Top girls, yeah.
As you can see, Danny's aligning himself down the middle of the fairway where he wants this ball to end up. And he plays shot, and it's now drawing off of the middle of the fairway into the rough on the left-hand side. And now he's done this a few times in this morning's round, and what you'll see him do now is move in, and he's now recognised this consistent ball flight and set himself up maybe down the right-hand side, the right-hand rough, setting it off on that line and letting that consistent draw that he's got bring it back into the middle of the fairway. We now find ourselves on the back nine, and Danny has gone back to setting himself up straight down the fairway. Only this time, his balls are now moving from the middle of the fairway and drifting right into the right-hand rough. And frankly, I'm sick and tired of helping him look for his balls. So this time, Danny's going to set himself up a bit down the left, maybe even towards the trees on the left, because he's now got a consistent ball that's curving off to the right. So as you can see, he set it off down the left-hand side and let it drift back onto the fairway.
The important thing now is I'm recognising where that ball is curving, so when I'm over the shot and I'm looking down the fairway, I've got more of awareness where to aim and where it might finish. So that also helping my consistency now. I can start to stand over the ball and feel confident that actually I know what's coming, rather than standing over the ball thinking, is it going to go left or right? I've got a greater awareness of what's going to happen, and that confidence is going to build me to create some more consistency, so I feel good.
So Danny, let's play another one. So he's recognised he's now playing with a bit of a power fade. Slice. But this time, the ball's just actually gone dead straight to the left, where he was sort of aligning himself. So this tutorial is not about how you can rectify or adjust your ball flight. It's about recognising your ball flight and how you can play with it. If you really do want to learn to manage your ball flight, feel confident in going both ways, then there's a link in the description. You can book yourself a lesson with anyone of the team.
Hi guys, GRF Golf is coming to London, and we're coming down on August the 22nd, 23rd, 24th. Limited places, 6 places each day. It's going to be a fantastic workshop, going through the whole GRF system, the vector map, putting as well on the Zen Green stage, and we're at an amazing location, Golf Groove, indoor golf centre. It looks out of this world. It's going to be a brilliant week. If you're interested, all the details are in the video description below. DM us, book on, we look forward to seeing you there.